This video is a quick overview of the user management file introduced in BASIL 1.6.1. So opening a BASIL tool from that version, we can see on the left sidebar a new section named the user files. So from this section we can manage our files. So we can essentially add new files, we can upload from our computer, selecting a file. The preview of a text file will be available in this section, or we can drag and drop a file inside this section. So let me show you how. This way we can drag and drop, it will be the same. So we can upload a file. Let's confirm. So the file is actually uploaded in BASIL inside the machine that is hosting the API application, and we can see this file in this section. We see also the last update date. So what we can do with this file, in this section we can edit it. So we will see a preview inside an editor, and we can modify it. Okay. Or we can delete it. Okay, so let's upload a file again. This is an example of a document. Let me add also an example of software specification and an example of test. So that's because we can reuse those documents, those files in other section of this BASIL. So we can use a file from this list to populate a software component, to use it as a reference document of a software component, or we can use those files to specify a document work item or a test case work item. Let's see. So if we go into the home section, we can add a software component. We can create a dummy component from a library that is just examples, version 1. And here we can see that we have a specification URL or path, and we can add here an URL of a remote file, but we can also use these from user files to select the file from a list. So let's select software specification here. And the same thing we can do for the implementation URL. So we can select from a list. No, I don't want to put it at the moment, just I don't need that information for this demo. Let me confirm. So in the example folder, now I see the dummy component that has been populated with the specification using the file I just created. Let's open it. Okay, this is the file. Okay, what we can do is just go to the user file section and edit this file, just to see that changes are reflected the way we expect. Here you see modified. Okay, so let's create a document. Let's assign a document to, let's say, to this first section. Okay, let's assign a document. We have a dummy document, description of this doc, and I want to select text file, and the relationship is like describes. Sounds good. So we can use URL, but we can also specify it from user file. So let me select the document from the list. So this is the preview of the file content. So I need to select a snippet from this document. I can set, for example, the full document is mapping this section of the reference document, so I can use this one. But otherwise, I can select the section that I'm interested to map against the reference document, this one. So here we see a preview of the section and the offset. Let's map this section. Okay, and I want to highlight to specify coverage of 100%. Submit. Okay, so we have now this section of the reference document that has been mapped against this section of my dummy document, that the link is already validated and is true. Okay, what we can do, just to show you one thing. If we edit this document, we can change the mapping section. We can add an unmatching section, not just to say to emulate a situation where this document changed, and the mapping no longer exists. So I want to demo that the automatic validation is checking that the mapping is not, the link is not valid. Okay, so let me move back to the to the section I'm interested in, this one. Okay, now so far we created a reference document from a local file that has been uploaded in BASIL via user files, and we created a dummy document. Let's now create a test case, assign test case to this section. And instead of specifying repository and relative path, I want to select it from user file. So I can select this file, 01 test, coverage 50%. So it's not enough, this one, to cover the description described in the reference document. Okay, so now we don't see the test case because we are in the software requirements mapping view. What we can do is to go to the software component and change the default mapping view that we want to see. If we want to focus only on test cases, we can specify test cases our default mapping view. So opening the software component, we will be automatically the tool will propose automatically the test case section, so we will see the test case here. Otherwise, we can select it, if the default is software requirements. To see a test case in the software requirements view, we need to create a software requirements before and then assign a test case to a software requirements. That way, we will see the test case in the software requirement mapping view as well. So now we see that this test has been created against using our test file, and we can, this is the root where we have our files, and we can this is the relative path of the root. We need that because TMT is working that way. It's like a Git repository, so you need the root of your repository, and in the BASIL the root is in BASIL. Okay, thanks a lot for your attention.